Are you recording?
Yes.
You are. Okay. So, we are on vlog number 2, day 3. It's day 3. It's day 3. 3 days. I'm not dead yet. This is good. This is really freaking good. So I spent last night with my best friend, Joy. That was therapeutic. I cried for 3 hours. We talked about how I'm going to cope with sexual frustration. That was a funny conversation, and it really wasn't as inappropriate as it sounds, but it was funny. And I'm not gonna lie, I took some shots, and I don't know what it was, but I've never been that wow in my life, and it was an interesting night. And then at 3 something in the morning, David calls, and Joy takes the phone, and I'm all like intoxicated and crying. I'm like, Joy, don't, Joy, please. She answers the phone, tells him to leave me alone, and steals my phone for the night. And I don't even remember falling asleep. I don't even remember what happened after we turned the lights out. That sounds sketchy. I didn't mean it to sound that sketchy. So I leave Joy's this morning, and I called him back. And I don't know if that was a good or a bad thing. I feel better, but then I always feel better after I talk to him. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, because maybe me talking to him is just me ignoring the real problem that's going on, you know? But then again, maybe it's that God's telling me not to give up. But I don't know, because Joy told me that she thinks that God's got a way better person out there for me, and somebody that I can lean on, and somebody I can trust, and all that knight in shining armor crap, which I really appreciate, by the way, Joy. I love you. Thank you. But I don't know. So confused. I'm so confused because my parents are coming at it from cope, recover, heal, because he's a psychopath and nobody in their right mind can dump a girl in 3 days after a year and a half. And if he comes back, my dad will... Ooh. If he showed up at my house, my dad would... And, you know, Joy says she saw this coming, and she thinks that I need to hold out for somebody better, and that God's got great plans for me coming, and I need to just stop talking to him completely. And then Caitlin tells me don't decide anything this week. Caitlin tells me, you know, God's doing something really great, and this is God, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be good, and you just need to trust him, and trust him in David's life. And then somebody else I was talking to just thinks the whole situation is fishy, and I just got to get through it. And David is all of a sudden, out of nowhere, wants to be like, I'm coming back for you. Like he's Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. I'll be back. That's real great. You know, I would have loved to hear that 3 days ago before you made me go home and tell my parents all this and change my Facebook status. He's like, I'm ready to go from today, tomorrow, Monday, through however long it takes. And I'm like, how do you make a decision like that? I don't understand. My mind is absolutely boggled, and the problem is, and it's probably because I haven't had much patience or time for prayer, and I haven't been reading my Bible much. I mean, it's been God forgive me, I just I don't want to read my Bible right now, but I don't know what God's gonna tell me, because there's a lot of different people who I trust. I know this person, this person, this person, and this person, and then the guy that I love's telling me something totally different from everybody else. And which one's God, you know? So maybe I need to stop listening to people and just start trekking forward and trying something different. And he told me, just don't consider me in any of the plans that you make. And that's one thing that I can feel like this breakup is good, because now I'm free. I'm forced to make decisions that don't involve him, which means I can go apply at freaking Chick-fil-A and work 7 nights every single night of the week, and I won't have to worry about going on dates. And I can change my major and change campuses and not be in the same program as him. I might change my major. It's a big one. You know, and he lets me know all this stuff about his dad calls him and wants to talk through things, and then he tells me he's moving, and all of this happens within 48 hours of a breakup. God, what are you doing? What is God doing? Somebody explain to me. What is going on? Because if I refuse to think that God's just leaving it open-ended, you know, because the odds are somebody from Queens, New York, and a girl from Orlando, Florida, the circumstances under which we met are so freaking weird. It can't just have been just for nothing, you know? It can't all have been just so that Jesse could learn a lesson for a year and a half and leave, you know? That's not, God didn't design love that way, or marriage. Why is it that right when we break up, that's when things change? That's when his dad calls. That's when they get papers for moving. That's when he's ready to quit his job. That's when I'm ready to apply for another job, my second job. And that's right when I want to change my major. And right at the start of the school year, and yeah, I got a fresh start. That's great. I'm probably going to focus on my classes a lot more. But why would God make all of this happen right now? And it just mean say bye to David. You're not going to see him again. Maybe it's the childish, human, flawed little girl in me that's going, no, God, I don't want to let go because I love this person, and I'm not going to let go because love prevails. And is it me being stupid and clingy and not trusting God to want to figure out if he's trying to make this work in a way that I wasn't planning? Or is it